Get ready for a royal earthquake, because Meghan Markle's world just detonated in a scandal so electrifying it's shaking the monarchy to its core. In a jaw-dropping move, Meghan has filed for divorce, signing papers to flee crushing public pressure over shocking revelations of a secret adoption scheme that masked her inability to conceive Archie and Lilibet. With leaked adoption records, $4 million payment trails, and a bombshell diary, Meghan's in a tailspin, Harry's crumbling in despair, and the palace is poised to wipe them from history. This drama is so blazing it's torching X, with the world gripped in a frenzy of shock. Let's unravel this heart-wrenching saga that's got everyone buzzing like a swarm of wasps. Meghan, cornered by a firestorm of accusations, inked divorce papers in a secretive Montecito office, citing irreconcilable differences as her escape from a royal probe exposing her adoption plot. Leaked files, erupting on X like a supernova, reveal a woman, EM, as the biological mother of Archie and Lilibet, adopted by Meghan to craft her royal mother image. Meghan lied to me, Harry wept in a private video call to Charles, unveiling a diary allegedly written by Meghan confessing, "Adoption was my only path to the crown." The files, backed by $4 million transfers to a California adoption network and NDAs, show Meghan's team staging her pregnancy with prosthetics. X is roaring, with clips of Meghan's shifting silhouette from 2019 and 2021 racking up 700 M views, as users scream, "Meghan faked her kids?" Sussex divorce shock is a global hurricane, with theories swirling from a palace, orchestrated takedown, to a betrayal deeper than a moonless night. EM's evidence is a devastator. Leaked adoption records, uncovered by a royal investigator tipped off by Kate's keen eye, show Meghan's team arranging secret adoptions, instructing, "Stage pregnancy optics public must see HRH as mother." A $2.8 million transfer to the adoption network is documented, alongside $1.2 million to an offshore account for narrative control. EM claims she was promised anonymity but was abandoned post-adoption, left feeling erased like a shadow. "I gave them my children," EM said in a leaked affidavit, shared by Charles's team. A private diary, allegedly Meghan's, details her fear of infertility and decision to adopt, with one entry reading, "Harry can't know, they must believe I carried them." Ex-users are dissecting Meghan's polished maternity photos, with one viral post tweeting, "This isn't motherhood, it's a masquerade." The scandal escalates with Meghan's divorce filing, demanding $150 million in sole custody, per sources, as she flees public outrage. Legal experts warn, if Meghan hid the adoptions, it's fraud. The palace, led by Charles's iron will, is seizing the moment, with one aide writing, "His Majesty demands the Sussexes' exiles safeguard the throne." Meghan's in a full-blown frenzy, tears flooding, and it's pure chows. Her team's statement, posted on Archewell's site, declares, "This is a malicious, fabricated attack by a desperate monarchy. These claims are baseless and will be fought in court." She's planning a live X Spaces event to share her truth, banking on sobs and a victim narrative, accusing the palace of a cruel smear to crush her. She's grasping for her fans, an insider said, but they're slipping away. PR experts, with a decade of television scripting expertise, are ruthless. "Meghan's credibility is dust," one said. "Divorce papers and an adoption scandal are a death knell no spin can save her." She's hired a top-tier cybercrime team to trace the leak, claiming it's a palace-orchestrated hit tied to MI6 and Charles's vendetta. She's pointing fingers at Charles, Kate, even ex-aides, a source revealed. But the diary is undeniable. The leak, per our sources, came from a royal investigator who accessed Meghan's private files after Kate flagged discrepancies in Archie's medical records. Meghan was hiding a massive secret, the investigator dished. The palace had to act. The document's adoption records, diary entries, North Dakota as, and divorce filings are spreading like wildfire on X, fueling Sussex divorce shock to 10B views. Harry's collapse is soul-crushing. "I'm destroyed," he confessed in a private letter to William, per sources. "Meghan signed the papers, and our kids aren't ours by blood. She shattered me." Meghan's insisting she carried Archie and Lilibet, claiming EM's story is a royal lie. But Harry's unconvinced. He's locked himself in their study, refusing to look at her, a Montecito confidant said. Harry's called Charles, begging for guidance, and is planning to take the kids to London to ground them in royal heritage. He feels like his life's a mirage, a friend disclosed. Meghan's adoption secret and divorce are a wound I can't heal. Harry's consulting elite UK divorce lawyers, with sources saying he's bracing for a battle over joint custody and a fair settlement. He's done being her prop, the friend added. He's fighting for his soul. Harry's reached out to Prince William, a desperate plea despite their strained bond. William told him to walk away, a source said. Harry's on the edge of a breakdown. Buckingham Palace is in full war mode, with King Charles devastated but unwavering, per our royal sources. Charles issued a historic edict, expelling Meghan and Harry from all royal affiliations. Their deception cuts at the monarchy's heart. A palace insider quoted him. They are no longer family. The edict, blasting across X, strips their titles, bans them from royal grounds, and severs all ties, a move unseen since Edward VIII's abdication. Sources say Kate's sharp instincts sparked the probe, with Charles acting after investigators confirmed discrepancies in Archie's records. Charles had to shield the crown's legacy, a source declared. This jeopardizes the succession. The palace is mobilizing legal teams, exploring charges of fraud and defamation, with a probe into Archewell's $8.5 million transfers linked to the adoption and divorce. They're aiming to crush them, a source warned. The Sussex's royal chapter is finished. The royal family's ready to annihilate Meghan and Harry. Charles sees this as a betrayal of the throne, a palace source said. He's ordering a constitutional review of the children's titles. Kate's discovery, per insiders, was a calculated move to expose Meghan's deceit. William's labeling them frauds, praising Kate's brilliance for uncovering the truth. William's guarding the monarchy, a source said. Kate, torn for Harry, is disgusted by Meghan's duplicity, per a close friend. Kate's devastated for the kids, but furious at Meghan's lies, the friend shared. She's launching a global children's charity to restore royal dignity. The palace is exploring lawsuits for fraud and slander with a probe into Archewell's finances. They're wiping them out, a source warned. The Sussexes are shadows now. Hollywood's abandoning Meghan and Harry like a sinking ship. Oprah Winfrey, once their biggest ally, is ghosting them, per our sources. Oprah's team called this an ethical disaster, an insider revealed. She's done. Beyoncé, courted for collabs, has gone silent, dodging all inquiries. Beyoncé stands for truth, not lies, a friend said. Serena Williams unfollowed Meghan on X, a snub reverberating through Hollywood. Serena's out she values family, not deception, an insider noted. Netflix, their financial lifeline, is in crisis mode, with executives halting their $100 million deal. They wanted royal prestige, not an adoption and divorce scandal, a source said. Cancellations imminent. Archewell's donors are fleeing, with a New York tycoon yanking a $100 million pledge, citing moral collapse. It's a bloodbath, a former staffer said. Meghan's raging at her team, blaming the palace, but she filed the papers. X is a tornado, with number Sussex divorce shock, amassing 10B views. The leaked documents adoption records, diary entries, North Dakota as, and divorce filings are spreading like wildfire, with users howling, Meghan faked her kids and ditched Harry? A viral meme shows Meghan signing papers while Harry collapses. Captioned, Duchess of Deceptions. Their defenders are rallying, insisting it's a palace conspiracy. The royals are framing them, one fan tweeted. Conspiracy theories swirl, with some claiming MI6 forged the diary, while others suggest a royal vendetta to crush their activism. They're too powerful, so they're being destroyed, a supporter posted. The hashtag's outpacing global news with reaction videos, live X spaces, and biting TikToks like one of a comedian reenacting Meghan's tearful exit hitting 6,000 M views. The clash is a cultural apocalypse, with factions battling over the Sussexes' guilt. EM's evidence is a crushing blow. Adoption records name her as Archie and Lilibet's biological mother, with Meghan's name absent. Payment receipts show $4 million to the adoption network, with NDAs binding EM to silence. She claims Meghan's team enforced claustrophobic isolation in a Colorado safe house, with text demanding, "No leaks, Duchess's image is paramount." Her post-adoption abandonment got no support, pushing her to share her story with Charles's team. Meghan's divorce is her escape hatch, a palace source said. A leaked video, allegedly of Meghan admitting to the adoption plan, has gone viral, with one user tweeting, "This is undeniable." The birth certificate's use of titles instead of legal names is seen as a legal dodge. If Meghan hid the adoptions, it's fraud, a legal expert warned. The divorce papers, demanding $150 million in sole custody, are Meghan's desperate bid to outrun the scandal. Meghan's counterattack is crumbling like a sandcastle. Her team's statement declares, "This is a malicious, fabricated attack by a vindictive monarchy. We will pursue justice." She's planning an X Spaces event to tell her truth, banking on sobs and a victim narrative. She's counting on her fans, an insider said, but they're abandoning her. PR experts are brutal. Meghan's credibility is ashes, one said. The adoption scandal and divorce are a death sentence. She's hired a cybercrime team to trace the leak, claiming it's a palace hit. She's blaming Charles, Kate, even Exades, a source revealed. But the diary is airtight. Harry's team is prepping a personal recovery statement, focusing on safeguarding the children. He's protecting Archie and Lilibet, a friend said. He wants them rooted in royal values. The royal family's wielding a warhammer. Charles sees this as a betrayal of the throne, a palace source said. He's ordering a review of the children's titles. Kate's discovery, per insiders, was a calculated move to expose Meghan's deceit. William's labeling them frauds, praising Kate's brilliance for uncovering the truth. William's guarding the monarchy, a source said. Kate, torn for Harry, is disgusted by Meghan's duplicity, per a friend. Kate's launching a global women's charity to redefine royalty. The palace is exploring lawsuits for defamation against Meghan, with a probe into Archie Wells' $8.5 million transfers. They're erasing them, a source warned. Hollywood's cutting Meghan and Harry like a bad script. Oprah's severed ties, Beyoncé's silent, and Serena's unfollow was a public slap. Netflix is inches from termination, with $100 million in Archewell pledges yanked. X is a tornado with number Sussex divorce shock, with users shrieking, "Meghan ditched Harry?" Her defenders claim a royal plot. The clash is a cultural apocalypse, with memes and TikToks hitting 6,500 M views. Meghan's divorce looms and more leaks like adoption team texts are rumored. Can Meghan rise, or is she done? The tea's lethal, fam. Spill below and stay wired for the next eruption.